time for Nerdgasm.
Hey, what's up guys? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, coming at you with episode number 2 of DIYgasm. Again, we're working on the Nerd Cave today, and we're going to be installing some new lights. Because those ones suck. Okay, so the current lighting in the Nerd Cave right there consists of 4 CFL bulbs. That's compact fluorescent, for all you guys that really probably didn't even care. Now, the problem with that is I'm using nearly 200 watts of power for a socket on the ceiling that's only rated for about a 100-watt bulb. So maybe just a teensy-weensy bit of a fire hazard. Also, the other problem is compact fluorescent bulbs take forever to warm up, and they put out quite a bit of heat. Hence why I'm always sweating in every video. Well, that and the old AC sucked. But now I got a new AC. Watch DIYgasm episode number 1. The other problem is the light output all comes from one spot on the ceiling in the entire room. So you end up with a hot spot that's everywhere. And another big problem is the reflection. I'm sitting here at my desk, and when I scan over and look up, look, you can see a giant solar flare on the screen of a reflection. And there's no place I can really sit to completely avoid it. I've got it pressed against my face right now. Okay, so I think I found the perfect solution to replace those lights to solve all of my problem. I picked up 2 additional LED shop lights. Now these things are awesome. I use them in my garage downstairs in my makerspace. And what makes them really awesome is they have a 4000K color temperature, which is pretty good for shooting video. Remember, you can white balance stuff too. Has a life of 50,000 hours, an awesome light output. I mean, 3700 lumens, which is epic at 38 watts. So what that means is for 76 watts, I'm gonna get a lot of light, and I'm gonna be able to position it in 2 spots on the ceiling, up there and up there, which is gonna spread out the light a lot more, and it's already gonna be diffused because they're long tubular lights instead of a single point. So it's gonna give the room a much more even lighting, and it's gonna be a lot more softer lighting where you don't get like sunspots in your eyes looking at it. I also went ahead and picked up some white cable conduit that just sticks right to the wall or ceiling, and I can use that to conceal the wires that normally would be hanging from these things as I route them to the receptacle off of that outlet so my light switch still works. So basically I'm gonna have better light, it's gonna be more spread out, I'm not gonna have the heating problem, I'm not gonna have the reflection problem because of where I'm gonna place them, it's gonna be glorious. All right, to do this install, we're gonna need a tape measure, we're gonna need some little drywall anchors. I like these little plastic ones, they're cheap and they work great. Trust me, if you try to do this without a drywall anchor, it's gonna fall on your head and crack your noggin. You're also gonna want a bad knife for opening up the packaging, and of course you're gonna want a drill. As I showed you in the first DIYgasm, use a drill no matter what, even when it tells you not to use a drill.
Drill life. No, 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 bad now, bad now, no, 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 bad now, bad now.
There's really nothing to it. Pull that out, pull the egg cartons out, and there you have a light. These things are incredibly lightweight too, so I feel completely comfortable having them hanging over my head. And here we have the installation instructions, but we are not gonna use those because I have a better way to do it. All right, there you have both lights out of the box, ready to be installed.
Damn, I really need to vacuum in here.
Okay, now normally these lights come with these little dangly things that you're supposed to attach to the ceiling to suspend the light from, but I want these lights to be flush mounted to the ceiling because otherwise on my giant 50-inch screens over there, I see the reflections. So in order for me to mount these properly, I need to get them flush to the ceiling, and that takes a little bit of measuring. All right, so each light just has a little hole right here that the screw goes up inside of. So we wanna see how far how far that is from the edge. So that looks like it's about 1.5 inches. You just got to get close.
I should probably write that down.
All right, so I was writing down the measurement on this piece of paper, and I noticed it had our second measurement for us already, which is 44.28 inches, and that's between the screws at either end of this thing. Like that. Now I'm standing on my DX Racer chair. This probably isn't the smartest thing. If you have like a more stable step stool or a ladder, that would be preferred, but I am way too lazy to go downstairs and grab one. Okay, so the first thing to take note is I want the cord to be as close to the outlet on the ceiling as possible. So I need the cord on this side. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just stick it up here against the ceiling just to see what it looks like. And I want it as far over this way as possible. The reason for that being is I don't want to see the reflection of these in the monitors, but I also want it over far enough that the light is on the desk so I'm not casting huge shadows. I'm gonna eyeball her. That's about where I want it. And there's already a mark on the ceiling from water damage, so I don't have to mark it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the first drywall anchor. All right, this is where the tape measure comes in handy. All right, so I just want to come out about 2 inches from that edge right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm just gonna make a mark right there.
Now we're gonna drive that baby home.
Whoa, take two. Okay, you're probably wondering why that's not going in. It's because I hit wood. You don't want to hit wood. Never mind, you totally want to hit wood because then you don't need the drywall anchor. Duh. Probably should have put down a drop cloth. I'm getting dust everywhere. Okay, so I was stripping the screw using the wrong bit, so I went and got a hand screwdriver so I can finish it off. You want to get it fairly flush with the ceiling. Close enough. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. All right, so now I want to measure how far this is out away from the wall since I just eyeballed it. Okay, 1 foot 7 inches. All right, so now we got to come out 44.28 inches. And this is a little tricky to do with the tape measure because it wants to bend when it's upside down. Come on, get on there. Grab it, grab it. Oh, okay, what was it? 40, oh man, I don't want to climb down again. It was at 44.2? I'm gonna say 44.2. 44.28, close enough. You guys might be wondering why I'm marking up my walls using like a pen and punching holes in the drywall. It's because I plan to paint this whole room once I get it set up the way I want to, so I really don't care. The walls are already destroyed and there's a million holes in them. So the next stage is to patch up all those holes, which I got patching compound for, and I might do a video on that. You guys can let me know in the comments. You want to see me patch holes?
Ladies.
All right, guys, I went ahead and put a screw in the ceiling, but the camera crashed, so I lost that footage. But I didn't need a drywall anchor because it also went into a piece of wood. I thought I'd need drywall anchors. All right, we are ready to mount the first light. First, we have to remove the bulb condom. All right, let's see if my measurements were precise. So let's get that end on first.
Oh, get in there. Oh. Son of a bitch.
Man, working over your head all day is a lot of work. And by all day, I mean like half an hour. Oh, there we go, I got it, I got it. Okay. Ah, oh, this is not good. I'm now standing on the desks. Is it on? Nope. I think that's it. Oh my God, yes. That was way harder than I expected it to be. All right, for the jerry-rigged aspect, I'm folding up 2 business cards and wedging them in the top so that it can't slide to side and fall off those damn screws. I know I don't live in California, but man, just one earthquake. So I'm gonna jam those right there. Jerry-rigged. Or you could take your time and do it the right way, but what fun would that be? All right, so the next part of our plan for world domination is you're gonna need one of these. They're really cheap. They're like $1 at most hardware stores. It plugs into a light socket, at least here in the United States. I don't know if you're in Europe or Japan or Zimbabwe. And it converts it to another light outlet plus 2 non-grounded 110 outlets. And that's what we're gonna use to power these guys off that receptacle. Don't break the CFLs, don't break the CFLs, don't. There she is. All right, guys, now since that's a canister light, there's no way I can fit this and 2 plugs up into that little hole. So what I'm gonna do is use one of these. I bought it off Amazon. I'll link it in the video description, but it's basically an extension with a bendy on the end. So I can put it in the outlet, then I can stick this on there like so, and now you have a way to come out of the canister and get power. Now I tried to find these at the hardware store, and my hardware stores didn't carry them, so I did have to get them off Amazon. But again, the links to all the stuff that I've shown you in this video will be in the video description, and using those links helps my channel. Thank you. All right, screw her in. And now we have power. Okay, now we're gonna grab the power cord to our light over there and just plug it in. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. There she is. One light is working. Now we just got to do the other one. All right, so what we got to do now is measure the distance between that canister and that light so that I can make the other light that much further out away from it so that I even up the lighting in the room, because they already put the canister in the center of the room, and in most houses they do. All right, so let's take a rough measurement from the edge of the canister to about the middle of the light. It doesn't have to be exact. Nothing I do is exact. All right, so we're looking at about 4 foot 1 inch from the canister to the middle. Now, if you want to get really anal about this, you could use a T-square and other types of measurement equipment to get everything perfectly squared up. But I'm just eyeballing it. It's just lights on the ceiling. A couple inches aren't going to make a difference. All right, now we just got to repeat the drill for the other side. Hey guys, look at the drywall anchor box. It has a measurement device on the edge. What? All right, this doesn't make any sense. Over there was a board. Oh, maybe it's the board's going this way. Never mind, I do need drywall anchors. See, watch, this is what I was telling you about. See the screw right here? Watch. See, I just pulled it out? Yeah, you need a drywall anchor. Hey guys, look at the drywall anchor box. It has a measurement device on the edge. I never noticed that before. All right, baby. There we go. And then you just run the screw right in the drywall anchor and nothing's pulling that out. Hey guys, I make all the mistakes so you don't have to. In hindsight, I wish I had got the ladder. Come on, get on there. Woo! That one went on way easier. You know what I noticed though? The other one didn't make a pop when I pushed it on. Was it not on all the way? It's probably hanging by a thread. taking bets on when that one's gonna fall on my head.
Don't worry, I'll take it off and fix it later.
All right, let's plug this one in. Go. Here we go. Oh, it works. And there you have one light right there over there, connects into the receptacle coming out of the canister into the second light, and you get a nice, even warm light throughout the entire room instead of the hot spot. But straight on, that looks great, and no reflection. Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting down. Ah, shit. Okay, so I thought about it for 3 minutes and I have a brilliant solution. What I'm gonna do is move that light, which I'm getting the reflection off, in so that it aligns with the top edge of that screen. Just like you notice over here, this light up here is right in front of that screen right there. If I move that in above that screen, then I'm not gonna see the reflection anymore, and it'll even out the light centered up on my screen. I didn't even think about that when I was using the canister to align them, but hey, that's why I do this series. It's vlog style. Guys, this ain't no tutorial on how to do things. This is just my process of thinking when I'm doing something I really haven't done before. And I'm just taking you guys along for the ride. Okay, so now I moved that light over. You can tell by all the slack in the cable. And that light over there. But now if I stand lined up on the center screen, right here, and I pan up, you can see the lights are actually a lot closer. They're not perfect. I have OCD, guys, so that's gonna drive me absolutely crazy, but I don't care, I'm not doing it again. But you can see the lighting on the desk is much more even now. So the moment of truth, can you see the reflection? Let's pan over and see. Oh, there's just a little bit along the top edge there, but it's not on the screen, it's just the light on the metal. And if I back up, you can start to see the reflection, but not bad at all. Compared to what it was, oh my gosh. So guys, I'm actually really happy with that. So now I gotta conceal the cords using those white conduits. So we're gonna move on to that. I'm sorry I'm sweating so bad, but man, getting up on a chair and trying to balance while doing all this stuff.
It's hard work for a big boy.
Hey, look guys, I'm not sweating. And I'm wearing a different shirt. That's because I went and took a shower because I was sweating so bad. And then I ended up getting sidetracked and watched some TV. And then I played Forza with Xander, and then I went to bed. So today is a new day. But now we can have a fresh outlook on concealing these wires. All right, so these little bars came in predetermined lengths. So I'm gonna see how they line up with the lights and how much I have to cut them to get everything to look okay. It's not gonna be symmetrical, obviously, because the outlet in the ceiling is not perfectly between the lights, but we'll figure it out. That's not bad. I think we're just gonna stick that one up there just like that. All right, let's take the stripping off to expose the sticky goodness. See if we get it somewhat lined up. Oh, that's not bad. Let's try that. All right, let's get this wire in the channel. All right, that's easier than I was expecting, to be honest. Okay, so there's one. All right, so the second channel, I want to run just like this one. I can now tell I didn't line up the lights perfectly, but that's okay. Oh wow, we're getting professional now. I found a miter box in my garage and a hacksaw. So I went ahead and just marked the area with a little scratch. Well, that was easy. Ooh, man, that is some sticky stuff. Let go. Let go. Okay, that wasn't smart. Just tore a big chunk of the drywall off. Ah, DIY-gasm. Guaranteed to mess up your house or burn it down or something. Well, I can guarantee you these things are never going to fall off the ceiling, guys. There's some serious stickiness going on there. All right, well, it might not be the most eloquent solution here, but you can see I just wrapped the excess around the shaft because I plan to 3D print a plate eventually to cover that, and I can conceal all the wires up inside of the little bucket there. You know what? In hindsight, I could have made that one longer, and then I could have put a T on here, but since I didn't, I'm just gonna put these little buggers on there, and I'll just run 2 more little short pieces. All right, guys, well, there you have it. That is the new Nerd Cave lighting, and it's using half the wattage, roughly, of what the other setup did. The light is much more even. There's not a lot of hot spots. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, could I have done a lot of things differently? Yeah, and I'm sure that all you guys will tell me in the comments, because that's what you little rascals like to do. But I think overall it turned out pretty good just for throwing some stuff together and fixing my lighting. Now I don't have the reflection in the screen. The light's a more warm temperature. It's a 4K. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh my god, it looks really white. But look down here. Look how warm everything looks. It doesn't have a blue cast to it at all. All right, guys, well, this is me just sitting at my desk with my camera in my hand. I don't have any additional lighting. I normally have LED panels behind me and stuff like that. You can see the shadows and everything on my face are a lot more evenly lit. The entire room is more evenly lit. So this was a huge deal for me. And the lights were really cheap to get. All of the stuff for mounting and concealing the wires was reasonably cheap. And I didn't have to modify the existing wiring in the house at all to do this. Now, I could have done more of a jerry-rig type video where I took the outlet apart and ran the wires and cut everything and custom fit it, but I like this better. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of DIY-gasm. It took a lot longer than I thought, just like the air conditioner install. You can see that link in the video description if you want to see another video like this. Obviously, I don't know a hell of a lot about what I'm doing. There are always better ways to do things, but the whole point of the series isn't necessarily to be a tutorial, but just to show you my process when I'm setting out after a project. I tend to learn better by making mistakes, and I commit that to memory a lot more than that old book learning stuff. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. As always, come over and follow me on Twitter. I am at Barnacules. I also have an Instagram that's very active with a lot of behind-the-scenes photos that you're not going to see in this video. So head on over to Instagram/Barnacules for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you like stuff like this, or if you want to see more professional stuff, just go look at my video list. I do both vlog-style videos and professionally edited videos, well as professional as it gets anyways for a guy sitting in a room with a bunch of big monitors. All right, it's time for me to eat this wonderful salad that my wife just made for me, and just to let you guys know, a weight loss vlog is coming up soon, and I will have you know right now, I am from 310 down to 286.6. Slow and steady, baby. All right, guys, till next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. Also, come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. I'm a real social guy. Also, if you have a couple of minutes, check out some of these many other videos. I made them myself.